So, your website's starting to feel a little sluggish, maybe a bit unreliable? Hey, that's actually a great problem to have. It means you're growing, but it also means you're at a crossroads, facing a really critical choice in web hosting. Today, we're going to break down the two main contenders you'll hear about, VPS and cloud hosting, so you can make the right call for your future. Does this sound familiar? Your site, which used to be super zippy, now kind of lags. Maybe you're getting weird error messages, or worse, it completely crashes right when you get a burst of traffic. These are the classic signs that you've officially outgrown your basic hosting plan. And yeah, it's a good problem to have, it's a sign of success, but it is a problem you've got to solve and fast. So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why you're even at this crossroads. Then we're going to dive deep into what VPS and cloud hosting actually are. After that, we'll put them head to head on the stuff that really matters. And we'll wrap up by helping you figure out which one is the right fit for your specific project. Okay, so you're at this crossroads. And listen, every single successful website gets here eventually. Your traffic is picking up, you're adding more cool features, and that simple starter hosting plan that works so well in the beginning, well, it's starting to buckle under the pressure. This is that key moment when you need to think strategically and make an upgrade. And when you hit this point, the conversation almost always narrows down to these two big options, the virtual private server, which we call VPS, and cloud hosting. Now, they might sound kind of similar, but trust me, they work on fundamentally different ideas. All right, let's jump into our first option. This one is all about predictable, stable power. It's the virtual private server, or VPS. You can think of this as the reliable workhorse of the hosting world. So, what on earth is a VPS? Okay, imagine a really big, powerful apartment building. That's the physical server. A VPS is like you getting your very own private apartment inside that building. You have your own guaranteed resources, your own slice of the processor, RAM, and storage. And none of your neighbors can use them. It's yours, it's private, it's secure, and it's all dedicated to you. And the advantages here are super clear. Because those resources are all yours, you get really stable, consistent performance. Your site's speed won't suddenly tank just because a neighbor's site goes viral. And here's the big one for a lot of people. The cost is fixed. Your bill is predictable month after month. This makes VPS an absolutely fantastic choice for sites with steady, growing traffic, like an established blog or an e-commerce store. Okay, so that's predictable power. Now let's switch gears and look at our second contender. This one builds a totally different kind of power, and it's all about flexibility. Right, so cloud hosting, it's a completely different beast. Instead of having one apartment in one building, imagine your website is plugged into the entire city's power grid. It's not just running on a single machine. It's spread out across a huge network of servers that are all connected. So when your site needs more juice, it just pulls it from the grid, instantly. And this right here is the magic of the cloud, scalability. If one server in that massive network happens to go down, no big deal. Your site is just instantly served from another one. That gives you incredible uptime. It's built to handle those wild, unpredictable traffic spikes. Now, that flexible, pay-for-what-you-use pricing could be a double-edged sword. It's super efficient, but a huge, unexpected viral moment could mean a surprisingly high bill. So it's perfect for sites where reliability is everything, but you have to be mindful of that cost model. All right, we've got the basics down for both. Now it's time to put them side by side and compare them on the scenarios that you, as a website owner, are actually going to face. I mean, this is the dream, right? Your new product gets featured on a major news outlet, or one of your articles just explodes on social media. All of a sudden, you've got 100 times your normal traffic hammering your site. So how do our two options handle that pressure? On a VPS, your site has a set amount of power. It's strong, but it's finite. If that huge traffic spike blows past your plan's limits, your site is probably going to slow to a crawl, or it might just crash completely. Meanwhile, with cloud hosting, the network sees that surge coming and just automatically pulls more resources from the whole system to handle it. Your site stays fast, it stays online, and you get to welcome every single one of those new visitors. So here's the key takeaway. A VPS gives you a strong wall, the cloud gives you an elastic wall. And this table just pulls it all together perfectly. You can see the architecture difference, one partition server versus a whole network of them. You can see the scalability. You have to manually upgrade a VPS, while the cloud scales instantly and automatically. For reliability, a VPS is highly reliable, but it is a single point of failure. The cloud, it's got extremely high reliability with that failover built right in. And it all comes down to that cost model, the predictable, fixed monthly price of a VPS versus the flexible, pay-as-you-go model of the cloud. So with all that in mind, How do you actually make a choice? Well, it really all comes down to your project-specific needs, your budget, and frankly, your tolerance for risk. You should definitely be leaning towards a VPS if your traffic is pretty predictable. If you run a popular blog or a standard e-commerce store, and what you need is consistent, stable power without any surprise bills, VPS is a fantastic, super cost-effective choice. That simple, unchanging monthly bill is just a huge plus when you're trying to plan your finances. On the other hand, you should be seriously looking at cloud hosting if you're expecting really fast growth or if your traffic is just all over the place. If your website or your app absolutely, positively cannot go down, then the insane reliability and the automatic scaling of the cloud is exactly what you need. It's really for people who value that flexibility and uptime above everything else. This quote from our source material just nails it. It's the perfect summary. VPS is ideal when you want steady power at a fixed cost. Cloud hosting is better for businesses that expect traffic spikes and need reliability at scale. See? Neither one is better than the other. They're just built to solve different problems. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to really think about. Take a hard look at your own project, at your goals, at your traffic. Is your current hosting setup an asset that's helping you grow and handle success? Or is it a liability, a potential weak spot that could crumble right when your big moment finally arrives? The right answer for you is out there.